Hey, good morning, everybody. Today is Monday, and it's been about 3 weeks now since the Bridge to Bruise. And I haven't done a lot of running since the Bridge to Bruise. Life's gotten insane with work and everything else, and it makes a convenient excuse to not drag your butt out of bed in the morning and go out in the cold and run. But that's got to change because I got another race coming up in the end of May, and I don't want to lose what I've already gained from the practice stuff that I've done with Bridge to Bruise. So went out this morning, went back a couple of weeks in my 10K training. Went back to week 12. I think it was week 12. I'll have to look and update later if it wasn't. But went back to week 12, which was 22 minutes on, 1 minute off, 22 minutes on, 1 minute off, and then a cool down. And I'm on my cool down at the moment. So did okay. A little bit of side ache this morning, a little bit of obviously could tell that I haven't been out in a while. But the good news is I don't think I lost much. So just can kind of build off of it as I go. I opted, since I didn't need the extra distance this morning, I opted to take a more beautiful walk through the field next to where my place is. This is where the geese were on one of the other previous vids. And this is one of the reasons that I absolutely love walking through here this time of year. I'll turn it so you can kind of see. I don't know how well you can see it, but that purple off in the distance is camas. And it's just everywhere. If you're not familiar with camas, it's a local plant. Native Americans around here used to use the bulbs, grind them up for flour, and make bread and stuff out of them, but they're beautiful. We planted some out front of the house earlier, when we did the project out front to get everything done. But get in close on one of these things so you can see them. If you're not familiar with camas, that's camas. And they're like everywhere out here. So nice pretty way to end your run in the morning for, as far as the city goes. Running on sidewalks and roads, it's much better than looking at people's houses. So anyway, this morning, things have been going pretty good for the most part on everything. Been really lazy about counting calories. I've just been really careful about what goes in, but I got to get back on the calorie counting train just to make sure that everything's going the way that it should. Here's some more camas, just so I can make sure that I actually got a picture of it. Isn't that pretty? It's one of my favorites. Talk Shannon into putting a few of them out front of the house. But anyway, yeah, so it's been, I don't know, since Bridge to Bruise almost felt like, congratulations, you're done. And I don't know why that is, but it just does. It feels like, when you've met a goal that you've made, even if it's a small goal, it kind of feels like, okay, cool, well, that's good to go, thanks, that was fun, back to my old ways. And it's like, no, there are no old ways. That man is dead. So you don't get to just sit there and celebrate and revel in your goal. You can say, hey, nice job, I did it, great, and then you move on, you move to the next goal. So after I'm done getting back up to the point where I can go for about an hour, I'm going to jump into the half marathon trainer that these guys have put together. And I think I'm going to start training for a half, because I've got to have some kind of a goal off in the distance for me to be on top of it from a training standpoint. I can't just, how do I put this? I'm not ready for maintenance yet. I'm just not there. Mentally, physically, I'm not there. And I think after Bridge to Bruise, I got into this weird little concept of like, well, I can just go to maintenance now. I can just kind of keep sort of doing what I was doing and kind of just stick with things from there, but it's not the case. I don't have that luxury, I'm just not there yet. So constant training mode for the next probably couple of years. The overall goal originally was 175 pounds by age 35. But after talking to some folks and realizing what kind of a toothpick I'd be at 175, realisticness kind of took over. Is that a word? That's a word. It's a word this morning. Welcome to New Word Monday, realisticness. But reality kind of took over, and I started looking at it from a standpoint of, maybe 205 to begin with, and we'll see where we go from there. But I got a feeling we're going to be kind of in training mode for a while, just to make sure that we're able to get, how am I going to get around this? Get my running shoes just thrashed here in the mud. But just to make sure that when I do finally go to maintenance, that it's a maintenance that's going to stick, because like I said, the maintenance that I've been doing lately, trying to go through and just be careful with what I eat, but also then allow myself a snack now and again or whatever else, it's not working. So, well, it's not that it's not working. I'm not gaining weight, but I'm also not losing it. So it's one of those things where back to the grind, back to what works, and back to keeping some of these videos going, because I think these are holding me accountable in more ways than one. So I think it's kind of just forcing me to own up to when I have messed up and had chocolate or beer or whatever else, and then not only that, just kind of a log for myself to kind of see the process as I go. So my understanding is, my hope is that whatever I'm doing can be inspirational to others. My hope is that I can serve as an example, and at the very least, the old saying of, well, hey, Ben can do it, anybody can do it, which is absolutely true, applies, and hopefully people jump on it and get that taken care of. So anyway, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you Wednesday. Yeah, 2 more days break and then another run. So anyway, we'll talk to you guys later. Peace.